There's something about this series that brings a great sobriety to my soul. I fear that there are people getting in buildings all across this country, really all across the world, every week, and they're calling themselves a church and they're calling themselves Christians, and they're going through rituals and religious activities, and they're not even saved. Much of my ministry has been dealing with people in the Eastern world, and I've come to understand that not everybody who calls themselves a Christian is truly a Bible-believing, born-again person. And that haunts me, that scares me. That's really what drives this entire documentary, trying to expose the difference between the two. Did you know that there are people who get into Hindu temples every week and they go through religious activity and they summon a spirit energy? That spirit energy gives them such a euphoria, such a bliss, such a wonderful experience. If you didn't have any context behind it, you would think that it was a charismatic or contemporary church service. But they're not Christians. These people are Hindus. And if you take an objective look, a third-party look, if you will, and overlay that type of stuff onto the average contemporary service today, you'll find that they behave almost identically.
On another one's head, fire! The greatest thing you've ever seen in your life. Every last one.
After all the study that I've done on this topic, I have come to the conclusion that I did not want to come to, but I think I have to. There are people out there who are getting in churches and they are summoning spirit energy through musical rituals. And it is working in these people's lives, giving them a blissful, euphoric experience. And they're not even saved. I want you to know that Bible-believing Christianity is always defined by the Bible. And so if you see people doing something that is not in the Bible, then you absolutely have to dismiss it as a Christian. You have to. You have no other choice. You have to dismiss it. But here's where it gets a little bit dicey, and this is where you have to know the Bible. There are people out there who are throwing out these terms that really are not biblical. And there's two terms that I want you to know that when you hear these things, you should run for your life, because these people who are using these terms are not talking about anything biblical. Let me give you two of these words, and I promise you the people who use them are not Christians. These two words are shift and destiny. And I want you to know that neither one of these words is in the Bible. So when they say these things, what are they even talking about? When people talk about a shift in the atmosphere, usually what that means is like there's a movement of a spirit energy.
Somebody is about to shift.
That God is about to shift some things in your life.
And the Lord told me to tell you to get ready for the shift. Watson right now is in the middle of a shift. Everything in your life is about to shift.
And when they say that, they're talking about a shift in the atmosphere as if the Holy Spirit is working. But you don't find a biblical example of that. And then the other one here is the word destiny. God's going to help you find your destiny. And that is an Eastern mystical term that does not have anything to do with the Bible. Let me give you this key, and I want you to maybe screenshot this or whatever, but when these people say these terms, I'm going to tell you what they mean from a mystical, esoteric standpoint, and I want you to understand these things. When people talk about the shift and destiny, this is what they're talking about. When they speak about a shift in the atmosphere, they're speaking about gnosis. When they speak about destiny, they're speaking about your higher and greater self. That's what they mean when they say these things, and I'm telling you, man, listen to me, this is not biblical, and these are not biblical concepts. These people are using spiritual words that are not biblical words to explain spiritual concepts that are not based in Bible truth. These people are literally practicing doctrines of devils, and they stand in churches every week and they summon this energy force, and this shift of this gnosis energy helps you to find your destiny, which means that they're literally, this spirit force is helping you become your higher and greater self. That is not Bible Christianity at all. That is mystery religion.